Hello and welcome to part 1 in this look back at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I was going to say 2 there. I'm not going to be showing you the Creative Skater or Park Editor this time because they just haven't changed enough for me to show you. The only new things in Park Editor is the school theme, and that's about it really. It's nothing exciting. In Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the PlayStation 2 there were some real dramatic changes. You could have female skaters. For the first time you could create female skaters. And the Creative Skater was more advanced than this version. I'm not sure about the changes in the N64 or the Xbox or GameCube version, if there's any difference there. And the roster is pretty much the same as it was in 2. The only difference is there's no Bob Burnquist this time round. I don't know why, I don't know at all. And the only new addition to the roster is Bam Margera, I think that's how you pronounce it. He did a show a couple of years back on, I can't remember what channel it come on now, I think it might have been MTV but I could be wrong on that, called Viva La Bam. It was absolutely hilarious. It was a different channel in the UK but I think it was MTV in America, I could be wrong on that, but the show was absolutely hilarious. I really quite enjoyed watching that. I'm going to go with Rodney Mullen this time round. I didn't really want to be Tony Hawk again, and I thought, well, who else can I be? And I thought, well, Rodney Mullen is actually quite a great skater. If you've got some spare time on your hands and haven't seen any of his stuff, just do take the time to have a look at him on YouTube. He's absolutely genius. This game came out in 2001. I think it was October. I'm not entirely sure on that. And also, it was one of the highest rated PlayStation 2 games, getting 97 out of 100. It actually might be the highest rated game ever. It came out on quite a few platforms. It was the last game apparently on N64 in North America. Whether or not that's true I don't know, I just read that on Wikipedia. I think it was the first Tony Hawk game on Xbox and GameCube. And it was one of the first PlayStation 2 games with online access. It actually might be the first Tony Hawk to have online access actually as well. Well, no, it would be because yeah, obviously it's the 2 was on PlayStation 1 which didn't have online access. I didn't get this game until 2002. I did ask for it for Christmas that year, and my mum kind of bought me Tony Hawk 2, which I already had, unfortunately, but I got it soon after the Christmas and New Year holiday. I think it had one of the better soundtracks in the whole Tony Hawk's series in my opinion. It sort of had rock and metal. I'm not massively keen on metal. Some of it's really good stuff, but some of it I'm not too keen on, if I'm honest. And that's just my personal preference, really. But I quite enjoyed, really, because the first time I probably wouldn't have recognised it, because as I said in the first Tony Hawk's look back, Tony Hawk's Skateboarding or Pro Skater, I said that these games sort of got me into listening to music. But back then, I was still a bit thing about it, but actually listening back I realised how good a soundtrack it was. Just a few things I need to update you on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD as well, because obviously with me not, well, I can't remember when I finished a look back at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. It's quite a while, I think it's about just over a week ago, and I've just been slowly filming all of this ready to upload. So I've missed out quite a bit of information. They've released DLC information. I think it's $5 for the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 levels. And the only level they've confirmed at the moment is the airport, which I will be showing you. I think it's the 4th leveling or 3rd leveling, I can't quite remember. No, it's not the 3rd leveling, I think it is the 4th. But I will be showing you that level on here. I don't think it was any of the Tony Hawk game after this one. I could be wrong on that. I will be having a look at some of the... Well, I've got all the Tony Hawks on PlayStation 2, I think. Yeah, no, I do. So I will be having a look through them, and I'll be showing you the PlayStation 2 levels that are remakes of the original PlayStation 1 levels. So you will see that. Also, they've announced that the reverts will be in the DLC, but they will only be on DLC levels. So you won't be able to use them on the levels that are originally planned with the game. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, and my thoughts on it are that the first two games didn't have it, so it kind of doesn't need to be in there, but a lot of people don't like that, which I can see from their point of view. I can see that point of view. It does seem weird that you can only have it in the DLC, but then my argument for that is if you can make combos keep going with reverts, you're going to be able to get better scores. So if somebody doesn't buy the DLC, they're going to lose out. So I can see both sides of the argument, but my viewpoint is that I think it's clever. Well, it's not clever, but it's a good idea just to have it with the DLC. Although actually, what I've just thought what I've said there, because I said that having it only in the DLC, if they would have put it in there to start with, yeah, that would have worked. If they would have put it in the actual main game. I think the DLC, if it's $5, because I remember reading that, and I think it is that, but I could be wrong. It's going to be about £3. That's a bit more, a bit less over in the UK. Yet again, not sure what it is in euros. Which I don't think is too bad. Depends how many levels you get and what else you get with it, really. Also, they've started showing off a few of the online modes. There's some screenshots at the end as well. I will show you. But they've got a big head mode as well. But yeah, I've got a lot of screenshots at the end to show you. So quite some good ones actually. Just trying to think if there's anything else I've missed out. I can't think of anything else that I've missed out that I've said. No, that's about it really. The only thing I was going to say about they've released details of DLC, which is fair enough, but they haven't really said anything more about the PlayStation 3 release date. Now my guess would be is that they're saying a few weeks because of they don't want people to lose interest, but maybe it's a bit later, and because of the exclusivity of the deal they're not allowed to say. But it does seem a bit weird that they've talked about DLC but they haven't talked about PlayStation 3 release date. I was going to say 2 then, I'm thinking that was 10 years ago. I'm actually having a lot of trouble getting this secret tape at the moment. I was actually going to go for it first, but I made a massive mistake early on in. It's actually not usually that hard, but I'm just playing terrible. I'll admit it. And also, yeah, you may notice a bit of screen jumping a bit. I do apologise for that. It's not actually my DVD recorder, it's DVD ripping software, which is really quite frustrating because my other one still won't work. And I've uninstalled it, done the the usual tricks, and nothing's happening. The only other thing I might have to do is try it with another laptop, which I hope isn't going to be the answer. But I can't think of anything else that might make it work at the minute. I think I really do need to sort of look at something else, really. Because it's always been quite reliable, my DVD player. It has had its few errors, don't get me wrong, but it's always been very reliable. So this method this method of making videos has been quite reliable, but as time's gone on, it's really even the DVD player is starting to get a bit old now, I think. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I was originally planning to do it after here, but as time's sort of gone on, there's been problems getting these videos done. I've kind of kind of not got as much time to do it as I thought I was going to have. So I was actually thinking of leaving it till November when it's 10 years on, since it was released. I think it's November, it might be October. I know it was that sort of time, so I might leave it till then, if I'm honest. Or I might just do a quick look at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Or I could do both actually, do a quick look and then wait till November. But I was actually thinking of doing it anyway because obviously with the delay in the PlayStation 3 version it might be sort of nice for the PlayStation 3 users. I'll think about it and I will update you with that, my decision on that. I was actually going to do the PlayStation 2 version at one point. I thought, because I was looking at it, I think it was just before I recorded, because I wasn't just sure which version to do. Because there's a lot of actual difference in the goals. There's 10 goals on here, but on the PlayStation 2 version, the stats and secret, well, the deck, that goal, isn't in there on the PlayStation 2 version. I was thinking, well, that actually might make things quicker for me. Oh, I got it. Great, that's the goal I'm on about now. That wasn't in there, so I was actually thinking of doing that, but then I thought I had just like a little run, see how long it would take me, and it didn't make much difference really. So I thought I'm just going to carry on then, because I say I know a lot more about this game, but it's really no different. The only difference, another difference, it's not the only difference, but another difference is the levels, from what I can see, are in a different order as well. Because Canada's the second level, I think it is, where it's much later on in this PlayStation 1 version. So I thought I'm just going to stick with the PlayStation 1 version. It's how I remembered it 11 years ago. Well, actually, no, it would be 10 years ago, yeah. I probably was actually still playing it this time 10 years ago, which is kind of funny. I'm just going to show you the stat system now. It's no different really from the one in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. All you have to do really is just get the more points you get. But I'm probably going to, I'm going for the goal, so I'm going to get all the points pretty much. Just all that's now left to show you is the screenshot, so I'm going to leave you to see them. Here you go. Thank you again for watching. Do appreciate it, and hopefully you will join me for the next part.